I've been feeling myself, I've been trying to keep it all on track. I could tell you took your time, I've been thumbing through your gram like that. Bring my energy back, girl, you're something like the sunlight. Girl, you're something like the sunshine. You got the touch, girl, you got the best. Sending dirty pics, ooh, what's next? We should link up, let me guess. Flying overseas, make us. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Keep it 100, keep it solid. It's a lone wolf, you know I'm all in. Stepping outside, feeling fresh, grilled to the death, see it all over me. Me, like the fire, yeah, that's pressure. Know you feel it, she keep dancing, it's electric. We can take our time, girl, we living in the moment. No, it don't stop, yeah, we too lit. We just pull up, then it's deuces. Too much talking, they don't do shit. I'ma take my time, cause I'm living in the moment, yeah. Let me take my time, cause I'm living in the moment, yeah. We should take our time, we just living in the moment. I make it easy, 2 steps in these shoes, you can't be me. Got a cold heart in me, I'm freezing. It's a poppin', now they acting like they need me. You don't need me, that shit is called leeching. Can't trust these, bitch, be sneaky. Gotta charge these, no freebies. Turn it up, put this shit on repeat. Turn it up.
Just want the sounds of me and you now. We don't need anything but us. So show me without words. Shut up and take me home. Ooh, shut up and take me home. Ooh, shut up and take me home. Ooh, shut up and take me home. Shut up and take me home. Morning after, lay around and lounge it out. Grab some breakfast, cause you know it's what I'm about. Netflix movie, see a show from the crowd, and our eyes meet. You know it's on my mind like that. We don't need anything but us. So show me without words. Shut up and take me home. Ooh, shut up and take me home. Ooh, shut up and take me home. Ooh, shut up and take me home. 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 Now, we don't need anything but us. So show me without words. Shut up and take me home. Ooh, shut up and take me home. Ooh, shut up and take me home. Ooh, shut up and take me home. Shut up and take me home. Now, we don't need anything but us. So show me without words. Shut up and take me home. Ooh, shut up and take me home. Ooh, shut up and take me home. Ooh, shut up and take me home. Shut up and take me home.
All right, so
Here we are.
Kinsman.
Yes.
Rocking and rolling.
On,
what
Thursday
is it,
night.
Thursday?
Thursday. We blinked. We're here.
You blinked and
Yes,
we're here.
and we're back. Studio 67. Another jam-packed show. A
Yes.
great show. And again, if you're a reader, you're looking for some new literature, this is a great show to be part of tonight.
Now, we're here with an amazing author, someone
Yes.
from the library.
Yes.
One of our amazing folks over there. Are you gonna? How many books have you read?
How many?
Since we were last at the library?
Well, we were 1,000 books before kindergarten. I'm still working on what?
Zero.
I'm going to say I'm probably in the hundreds.
No, you
of books,
okay?
right?
Reading a Google
No.
review is not a book.
But Reader's Digest, right?
Reader's
Does that
Digest.
even
know,
exist
right?
anymore?
Right,
Okay, hold
yeah.
on. Let
Yeah.
me set the landscape.
Hey,
All his references are going to be from at least 40 years ago, starting off with Reader's
well, yeah, at
Digest.
least 45 plus anyway.
That's right.
But we've got
So-
Kaylee Rideout from the Timmins Public Library,
Yeah.
and joining us via stream tonight, we've got the esteemed author and very talented author Liselle Sambury, and she's here to launch a brand new book, and we're going to be chatting about that, called Delicious Monsters. Hi, Liselle.
Hello, glad to be here.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Now, you know, Liselle writes some books that get pretty scary.
Yeah,
Like KINZ and-
sci-fi,
yeah.
horror, and
That's
fantasy.
right.
Those are the three, but yeah, we're talking horror.
You've been
tonight.
known to
Yeah.
shed a tear in a horror. So if it gets too scary, do you have a safe word for Liselle?
Yeah, a safe word. Yes, Liselle. If I just get up and leave during the show,
if he
that's
passes
it.
out,
No.
well,
Yeah.
I do like a good horror book, and you know, it's nice to see that you know, and I should say, if you're watching this right now, the book does have a tie to Northern Ontario, so we'll dive in and find out about the part of Northern Ontario that the book's a part of.
okay. So
Yeah.
let's start with Liselle. We have two amazing guests.
Yes, we
So
do.
maybe for Liselle, for some folks that aren't familiar, maybe we'll start with an introduction of who you are and tell us a little bit about your history. And we're going to chat about some cool facts about books that not even we knew.
Cool
kids read.
facts.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm a Trinidadian Canadian author. I do currently reside in Timmins. And Delicious Monsters is my third published book. So I had a 2-book series come out before it, Blood Like Magic, which was a Governor General's literary finalist, and its sequel, Blood Like Fate. Been writing for a very long time, pretty much since I was a preteen. But I've had the fortune in the last few years to be publishing books for teens, and I have some other books that will be coming out as well. I'll have a middle grade book that'll be coming out. It's a He-Man book, which is pretty fun. So I'm getting to do a bunch of things. I'm just kind of enjoying writing books and sharing them.
Where did your passion for writing start? Did this start very early for you?
So kind of, pretty much, like, I always told myself stories in my head, but I hadn't really put my mind to writing them down. And then unfortunately, when I was 13, I had a bully, and pretty much I would come home not feeling particularly great, and I just started writing. And when I would finish writing for the day, I wasn't really thinking about anything that happened at school. I was just like zoned straight into the writing, and it became this kind of like really great escape and outlet for me to have that. And then I just continued on later. Thankfully, I went to high school. Bully didn't go to that high school, and so I was freed from all of that.
That's right.
But I kept writing.
And turned it into a illustrious career. We also see that you're now tied in with, is it Simon and Schuster? Like, yeah, these are the big boys when it comes to writing books. This is, you know, is this a new venture that you're a new partnership?
So I've actually published all of my books through Simon and Schuster.
Oh, wow.
So they're my day one publisher. I've been with them, which has been really great because it's, you know, for me, that's like a dream publisher. It is like one of those big ones.
No
like,
kidding. Yeah.
you can see the office in downtown Toronto, and so it's very exciting.
When you're writing, you mentioned, like, you know, you're writing for different age groups, but specifically to teens. When you're writing through teens, what type of research are you doing in the back end? Are you thinking about, okay, when I was a teenager, these are the things that resonated with me. Like, these were the stories. This is the flow of the story. Or are you doing research and, like, because some generations and trends change? Do you go that much into the research when you're building a story, or is there a whole different process altogether?
So it's like kind of a bit of two. So
Yeah.
like, I feel like the big overarching themes are like things that I also experienced when I was a teen, but I also want to like make sure they're relevant to teens today. And so they tend to be like pretty universal themes and things like that. So that I like pull from my own past, but I do like pay attention to teens. I don't know if it's like active research, but like I'm on TikTok and I'm on Twitter and I'm on,
Right.
YouTube and stuff. And so I want to like also pay attention to make sure like they're not going to open the book and think, oh my gosh, this woman has like no idea what
Right.
teens are like today. And so I always try and like check the relevance and like try and keep up with that and like make sure that like the book that I'm putting out for teens, because I want teens to read it and like see
Right.
themselves and get excited. And so I want them to feel like it's for them. I don't want them to open the book and like see like, I don't know, like 90s song references and be like, who is
Yeah.
this?
Hey, Kinsman,
Yeah.
that would be you. Like Reader's Digest, no teenager knows.
Oh,
what it is.
actually, the character
Yeah.
in Delicious Monsters, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if this is a spoiler, it's like the smallest thing. I was laughing because they didn't know who Shania Twain was.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, yes, that's like accurate.
Yeah, I had put that in because like I certainly know who Shania Twain is, and like when I was a teenager, I knew her songs, but like teens today, I'm like
A teen from
how
Toronto,
many?
right?
Yeah. Well,
A teen from Timmins, different story.
Yeah.
well, I
Big,
hope
big difference.
because you mentioned you had a bully or a bully earlier on in your life, and I've experienced that also. I hope you have a character that's like sort of like your bully, and he came to an awful demise in the book. I really hope so.
Well, it is a horror movie, right?
Right.
Can
Yeah.
you give us a bit of tease without, giving away too much?
I don't have any characters like that. I think for me, the greatest revenge is success and pretending like that person doesn't exist. So I keep away from that. Also, I don't want to get sued in case someone is like, I think that's
I think
me.
that's
I
about
think
me.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. And Simon and Schuster get the
Yeah.
phone call, then you get the phone call. That's just a big mess.
Well,
right?
you
So-
see, like Lizelle's like she takes the higher ground than me because all my bullies, I look on Facebook and I hope they're toothless and divorced 12 times. But Lizelle has the right way. Success is the greatest form
That's
of
it,
revenge.
right?
Yeah.
I'm learning a little
Yeah.
bit tonight here, kids.
Yeah, we're definitely learning, and it's an amazing new book.
Well, it
Yeah.
is
And Delicious Monsters.
the delicious monster.
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to ask you, Lizelle, the tie to Northern Ontario. It's 17-year-olds, walking through. Do they discover a hidden haunted house? What is the basis of this new book?
Yeah, so it is a teen and her mom inherits this mansion in Northern Ontario, which I have created a fictional mansion and I've nestled it in the Kanagamasee kind of cottaging area.
Okay.
And so her mom inherits this mansion, and unbeknownst to the main character Daisy, she actually spent a bunch of summers there as a child and just like never talked about it, never mentioned it, never brought it up until now they've inherited this mansion. But they get there and her mom is like, don't go inside. Under no circumstances are you going inside of that house. And the thing about Daisy is she can see dead people, and she starts to discover a link between these dead people she's seeing and this mansion. And she's like, I have to figure things out, but also I want to kind of like know what my mom is hiding. And then we have 10 years in the future, we have a YouTuber named Brittany, and she like has a YouTube series that she does with her best friend, and she's trying to investigate what happened to a girl in the mansion 10 years prior, which is the exact timeline in which Daisy and her mom are living there. So it's like a dual timeline horror / psychological thriller.
Wow.
And so they move to the Kanagamasee area there.
It's very interesting because I'm very passionate about horror / thrillers, whether it's a Michael
Yeah.
Myers or a great thriller.
Definitely.
Is this a genre you like grew up enjoying? Is this what tied you into sort of writing a horror novel, thriller type novel, or is this something like you thought that would be probably what would resonate the best with the teenage audience you were going for?
So for me, I grew up really being into horror. Like me and my mom used to just like sit in front of the TV and we'd put on horror movie after horror movie after horror movie. Like we'd watch anything together. And so I was really into horror movies and shows, but I had actually not really like actively read horror books. For some reason, it just never crossed my mind. And then I had a friend who was like, hey, have you ever like thought about writing like a horror book? And I was like, oh, no. But now that you've brought it up, I'm actively thinking about it. And so I just decided to kind of like dive in and give it a shot and like see if I could do it. And then in the process of writing the book, I started reading a bunch of horror books. So now I read horror all the time. But when I started, I was really like a horror movie and show fan, not like a horror book fan. And the process really kind of like changed that.
That is super cool.
It is.
And your creative process when you're in development mode, are you traditional? Are you pen and paper? Maybe you wake up from a dream and you want to capture what you like noted right away. Do you carry the iPhone around and capture notes? You need to capture a thought immediately and start building your story.
Yeah, so I have to do it digitally. I am very bad with paper. I lose papers. I don't really like also the like texture feel of them. I'm very weird about paper. I dislike it.
Don't like
And
paper,
so-
but you're an
yeah.
author.
I like that.
Yeah, that's
We
a
have
good one.
other ebooks, I guess.
Yeah, you both
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to make sense considering like I've got all these books here made out of paper, but like it's the writing on it I dislike, even though that's how I started writing stories. But
Yeah.
I'll like put things, I used to have them in my notes app. Now I have a very like structured Notion productivity app process that I use. And I just kind of constantly make note of ideas. And then usually when I'm like, okay, I'm going to write a new book, what am I going to write? I like go back to my giant list of ideas and just kind of scroll through them and see which one I'm most excited about, basically.
I think it must be pretty fun hanging around you because you probably have like a lot of morbid ideas, and people who tend to go on the other side, maybe rom-com, like
Yeah.
something lighter. They're like, hey, anything else but death? We got anything else to chat
Yeah,
about?
because I was
I
just
love it,
thinking
by the way.
the Blood Like Magic, the first two books, are kind of like dark as well. So I feel like it's in you.
Yeah.
It's true. I guess that's what I'm drawn to. I don't know if that's just like being a horror fan or whatever, but you know, my first fantasy series, I was like, okay, she's gonna have like a love interest, and what's gonna go down with that? And I was like, what if she had to kill him or lose her family's magic forever? And my brain was like, thumbs up, perfect, definite,
Right
awesome
away.
stuff for romance.
When you write a book, and my knowledge is coming from the movies, but it may be similar. What's more important, a character-driven story or the story-driven story? A stronger character and a weaker story, or a stronger story and weaker characters? I know stronger both, obviously, the obvious answer, but what's the first thing you build up?
So this is kind of, I guess, weird for me, but I usually start with like a concept. So
Okay.
I guess I like start with like a plot of like what I want to do. Like for Delicious Monsters, I was like, I want to write a haunted house book. And so I started with that. But when I actually am writing, like character is the absolute most important to me. So the second I have my concept, the next thing I do is, okay, what character can I put into this situation who is least equipped to deal with it? And I go from there.
And go from there. And when you're thinking of obviously when you're starting a book, is it from start to finish, or do you have an ending in mind and then kind of work your way backwards and all over the place when it's the thought process?
It really depends. Some books I like will have an idea and like I'll have a couple twists in mind, but I haven't yet figured out how it's all going to end yet. Or I'll have a beginning and an ending in mind, but I don't really know what's going to come in the middle. But the way that I write is I plan everything ahead of time. So I figure all that out before I've written anything. So I'm going to plan everything to the T and make sure I know everything that's supposed to happen. It doesn't always stay that way. Sometimes things change, but I want to know everything before I like start trying to write. Because I've tried it the other way before where I just like sit down and I'm like, I was going to write a book. And it goes poorly for me. I come up with a very short, very bad book, and I have to do a lot of rewriting, and it's not fun. So I plan.
You'd have to put it in Reader's Digest then, eh, Mark? Short stories.
That's it.
4 or
Short
5
stories.
pages.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Serialized.
I think it's great because it's character driven. Because if you don't have characters people are engaged with and care about, then when something significant happens to them, like if the story's great, you tend not to care.
And it's so true, actually. When you read Delicious Monsters, it's very true. You start with the character, and you start with like kind of falling in love with the character and kind of getting her vibe, and then from what as a reader.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
You want to blast out all the and again,
all the details.
You're excited.
Well, she got the advanced
hold
copy.
on a second.
Did she not?
Here's something we're learning today.
We wanted to figure this out tonight.
Our brains need to be filled up with. We have lots of room for knowledge. You've received an advanced copy.
Top secret.
Yep.
Here's what I thought.
Even ahead of Liselle.
But here's what I thought.
This advanced copy.
I thought when you get an advanced copy of a book/novel, it's just you got it early. But an advanced copy is technically different than the final copy. What is the difference?
Yeah, so like this is my advanced copy for Delicious Monsters, so it'll be like a paperback, and it like says not to sell it at the bottom. And when you turn it around, it'll say like the marketing that they have in mind, like what they're gonna do to push it out. But it's also like not the final version. So it's usually like I'm almost done with the book. And so then they'll package it up and they'll put it like this, and they'll like send it to like librarians and like booksellers and like influencer people to like hype it up. And so it's really like a hype up tool, but it's not the same as the final book because there will be like changes that I'm going to make. Like there's some things in the advance where I was like, but it was too late.
So things could be changed from what Kaylee and the staff at the public library have already read. So there could be a different ending or a different plot twist or just a different direction in the actual final copy.
It's usually not that extreme. It's just like little word changes.
Minor change.
Yeah, like on the first page, I thought I said the word road too much, but then it was too late. And I was like, oh, now people are going to see I said road 3 times in the first page. But
you actually get that context.
Nobody notices.
You do. Don't worry, the librarian who gets killed is not going to get killed, though. We'll change that in the final draft. When you obviously, you know, being an author is like we're always extremely proud of anyone that puts pen to paper. That's just a cliche. I'm with you on the digital notes. I do the same. But it's an amazing accomplishment. You have to be, you know, very dedicated and creative. I'm always astonished and very proud of people who are able to publish not one book, a series. It's a business also, though, right? So obviously, when you work with a publishing firm, there is a little bit of give and take of the story of the creative process, right? Because it's not like a self-published book where you have 100% control. You receive feedback maybe from multiple people that help you enhance the story. Wait, was that a learning curve at the beginning or something you just embraced?
For me, because I obsessively researched publishing, I knew that there were some things that your publisher might change. Like the title is a big one. And so for all of my books, whatever initial title I thought of was changed because it went to my publisher and they were like, not that one, because they're the marketing experts, they're the publicity experts, and they want, you know, the title is a marketing tool. It's like they want something hot and like that teens are going to see and they're going to be like, that I have to read that book. So they'll change that. But the actual like editing process is great because it's really collaborative and it's supposed to be. So my editor has never been like, change this, full stop. It's always been like, what if we did this, or what if we did that, or what if we did this? And she's great because she gives me also a lot of like feedback that can like change the story so much for the better. Because she'll be like, what about this character? Like they kind of seem like they're not doing anything. And then I'll like create this whole giant thing for this character and they're so much better now. So it's like, when you get a good editor, it goes really well.
Right.
Well, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1,000%. Because
for sure.
Not only do they see your novel, they've seen thousands, if not tens of thousands of novels. And through their career, they've learned with
in
What
which
is
ones
work,
work and which wordings work, like
Yeah.
your current what do you call it, a duology that you have with Blood Like Magic and Blood Like Fate.
Yeah, the
You said those
duology.
titles now, were those titles the original titles, or were they switched before from your original titles for those two?
Yeah, so Blood Like Magic was not the original title. So I had like come up with one. It was originally called Voya Calling, which I'm glad we changed because people always used to be like Voya's Calling, and I was like, oh, I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
So we switched it to Blood Like Magic, which was much better. And then Blood Like Fate hadn't been written yet, so I hadn't titled it. I think I called it like Blood Like Magic 2. And then we like brainstormed titles, and my editor came up with Blood Like Fate, and I was like, perfect, let's go with that one.
We got I definitely want to chat about what's happening here on Saturday.
Yeah, big day Saturday.
I don't
at the
want to.
library.
There was one statement from Jenica Pope that it was a few comments back, but she said she had an idea for a novel or for a book. What, and I'm sure you've been asked this 100 times, but I think it's important, and I love to hear this feedback. Someone that's at the starting of their career, an author, and I'm sure you've been asked this before, but what type of advice would you give them coming out of the gate?
For me, the biggest advice is like write the book and start from there. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I feel like what can really hold back people when they're first starting writing is like they want everything to be perfect, and they'll start writing and then they'll be like, no, I got to go back and fix this. And then they write a little bit more. No, I have to go back and fix this. Or they're writing it and they're like, I don't know. But like, that's the point of revising and like going back over a book, or they like psych themselves out and they're like, oh, I don't know if this is good. Maybe I should stop writing this. Write your full book and let it be however it is, because you're going to revise it probably 10, 20 times anyway. So like get it done, and then you have the book and you have that great like accomplishment of having written the book, and then you can do all the fixing after.
And that's why you have, people can find you on YouTube. You teach writing online. So if someone had a book, they could join your, is it a nightly, or is it just like tips, weekly tips? What is your YouTube channel?
Yeah, so I have a YouTube channel and it's kind of dual purpose. So I share some like writing craft videos where I'll like talk about my writing process and like give tips to help people. And then I also have videos that are just kind of like, this is my life as an author, and like, this is what I'm doing, and this is how I work on my books.
And she does cool stuff. Like I saw one where you said you were living like Voya from Blood Like Magic. It was like a day where I live like my main character.
Isn't that cool? I love that.
Yeah, it was fun. I was like, I just kind of do whatever I feel like, and I think that people will like and enjoy and like get something from. And so I do that over there twice a month.
Awesome. So twice a month. So if anybody, like you said, bring whatever you've written to, maybe get some great advice from one of your segments, and if they ever wanted to reach out to you, they can reach out to you. And are you there to answer questions? If someone had writing questions for you.
I answer in the comments usually for YouTube when people comment on videos. Yeah, I read them all and I comment back on all of them.
And it seems like you've kind of gathered a little community of writers, of other writers, like in the comments, and they all have their channel and stuff. I noticed that.
Well, there's a lot of writers here in Northern Ontario.
Right.
Yeah, and some people have like watched my channel and said they're like in Northern Ontario as well. So that's been great.
That is super. We're going to write a book starting the alphabet from the middle. I start at L. Where do you go?
M.
Okay, we're stuck. Okay, so let's chat about Saturday.
Yeah.
You know how much we love our friends
yes,
at the
we
library.
do. Timmins Public Library.
Do you want to tell the folks what is happening?
Okay, well, starting at 2:00, Liselle is going to be all ready to go. I believe we're going to do a little bit of a reading from Delicious Monsters.
Okay.
Which should be super awesome because it'll be like the big reveal. Are we like the first ones then to hear a little bit of a reading? Or
yeah, because this is my first like round of events.
Wow. And then we're gonna do audience questions. We're gonna keep it really fun and interactive. And then I have like a bunch of questions. We'll see how much I can get through. And we're gonna have the giveaway, which is you can either win a copy of Liselle's first 2 books, the Blood Like Magic, the 2 books, Blood Like Fake, Blood Like Magic, or a copy of Delicious Monsters. So
Awesome.
2 giveaways.
Super cool.
Yeah. Oh, and books will be for sale as well.
Right.
Perfect.
So this event's open to the public?
Yes, completely free, like
Completely
most
free?
things at the library.
Just show up.
Yeah.
And
Just show
2 to
up.
3. And again, you're going to have soft covers and the hard covers. Obviously, you don't have them physically there, but they can pre-order them. What is it? $15 for a soft cover and $20 for the hard cover on Saturday.
Yeah. So Blood Like Magic and the Blood Like Fate copies will be physically there.
They're good. Okay, they'll be.
Yeah. And then Delicious Monsters can be pre-ordered.
Pre-order. It gets released on the 28th.
28th.
Yeah.
Last day of February. So again, can they pre-order the book if they go to lisellesambury.ca? Is that where they can find the link?
Yeah, I have all the pre-order links there. They can also just go to like their preferred book retailer. I know Indigo's having a bit of a rough time right now, but you can go to them eventually, and Amazon or wherever you buy books.
Wherever you buy books. This is super exciting.
It's gonna be fun.
This is amazing.
Exciting.
I would like to sit down with like Liselle over supper and just hear all the horror that comes out of her mind. I would be so engaged in that conversation. I don't need to hear about happiness and roses every day of my life. Give me some gore and guts. Yeah,
Gore
that's
and
great.
guts.
Yeah.
But that's amazing. So Saturday at the library at what time again?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
We'll probably go about 2 to 3 with the main deal, and then have the books for sale. And you can also even get your books signed.
Get
by,
them
by
autographed.
Liselle.
Why not?
Yeah.
And what an amazing opportunity.
Yeah.
To hear directly from the author herself. You can ask her all types of questions.
Yes.
Curiosity about the novel or book. Well, what's the difference between a novel and a book? Our librarian friend.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't call a kid's book a novel.
You
Or
wanna-
like a nonfiction book a novel.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
It's
fair.
less, right?
Right.
Not all books are novels.
Yeah.
Not all books.
So
But all novels are books.
All novels are. Oh.
Okay. All novels are books. Because I have a tendency to talk too much, if you can't tell. And people often say, well, tell me a novel, why don't you? Right? So, and I'll say, you could have said book. You could have said book.
Could have
if you
said
were
book.
original.
No, because then
Yes.
it could have been like a 5-page kids book, and that's not what they were talking.
No, that's not what they were referring to at all. But tremendous, a tremendous day at the library.
Yes, it
They're
is.
always putting on amazing.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
One of the best libraries in North America.
yeah,
If you've
they-
never
they're-
been, go check out the Timmins Public Library. And again, there's no late
Yeah.
fees, so
What does
stick
that mean?
around.
You're not returning your
You're
books?
not returning
you return
books.
your books.
Well,
I want to take it out. What if I want a copy of Liselle's book?
Liselle's book.
I'm going to buy one and I want to take one to the library and you haven't returned it yet. You can't hog her books for yourself.
Can't hog them, but you can buy the new ones. And if you haven't seen Blood or haven't, I can't say seen, haven't read Blood Like Magic and Blood Like Fate, and those copies going to be at the library on Saturday.
Yes, and to borrow from the
Yeah.
library too. You
Now-
want to just borrow.
What if they want to take a glance at the advanced copy that you have?
Oh, I don't
Is
know.
is that available, or is that like top secret?
I might keep it under glass there.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Maybe we could have a little peek, though, right?
No.
You tell us off.
I'll hold it upside down and
Yeah.
We'll try to take a snapshot with the
Yeah.
amazing.
Amazing.
Was there anything else you wanted to chat about? What's happening at the library? Are we good?
no, I think that's about
Yeah.
it. The main event is Liselle. So.
Yeah, of course it is.
Liselle
We are
Sambury.
Well, we're super proud of you,
Yes, we are.
both, Liselle. Congratulations on the continued success.
Mhm.
And have the thoughts, or has the process started for the next novel?
Yes. So because publishing is like always like 2 years ahead, I've already been working on the next book. So the next one will be another like horror thriller, and that'll come out in 2024.
Oh,
so
wow.
next year sometime.
Isn't that one an adult one too, Liselle? Like
It
rather
is
than-
not. I'm
Oh,
working
okay.
on. I'm simultaneously trying to write an adult book, but I
Oh,
haven't
wow.
done it yet.
Yeah. That must be tricky writing a kid's book and an adult one, because you got to like totally change your
Totally
thought
change your,
process.
your thought
Some
process,
things may not mix well. One of the
Keep
other.
one G,
Yeah.
one rated R.
Yeah,
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 you
yeah.
can't cross the two. You can tiptoe a little
Well,
bit.
I don't even know if there's any tiptoeing. I think there's zero tiptoeing. Maybe
Yeah.
teenagers and adults, yeah, but children and adults, that's too big of a gap.
Yeah, it's a little bit different than like, writing a little bit younger. It's a little bit more of a natural shift.
Is this, would you consider that part of professional development, like challenge yourself to reach different age groups? Or is just, this is how you want your career path to be able to talk to different generations of individuals?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just kind of how I want my career path to be. I just think it would be fun to be able to dive into different age groups and like write for all sorts of people. So that's just like my personal desire. And it's also kind of different like themes and different stuff, right? Like I feel like teen books is really like discovering who you are, and like adult books is like, for me, is like looking at who you thought you were and being like, oh, I'm not doing it. And like dealing with that.
Yeah, that's me in the
It's
mirror.
too late. It's too late.
That's me in the mirror every morning. Oh no, what happened? Time, where did it go? Absolutely amazing.
It's going to be a
Well,
great.
Thank you both, right, Kinsman?
Yes,
What a
yeah.
night of
Kaylee
two like
Rideouts.
amazing guests.
And Liselle Sambury.
Yeah,
And again, if you can, get to the Timmins Public Library on Saturday at 2:00. And again, Delicious Monsters, not even out yet till the 28th. You can put your pre-orders in that day. You can be there to get the autographs of Blood Like Magic, Blood Like Fate, chat with Liselle, maybe get a sneak peek into the next 2024 book while you're there. And if you're an author, lots of authors here in the North, bring your questions.
Yeah.
There's going to be a question answer period when Lizelle's in library, in the library mode on Saturday. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it's all free to attend. And let's support, someone's dream, which is Liselle. And let's keep her writing there. Simon and Schuster want you to keep writing, right?
Yeah.
There we go. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks,
Thank you.
Kaylee.
Amazing work,
Thanks
like
so
always.
much.
When we come back, we got a couple movie passes.
Yes,
to
we
give away,
are.
Kinsman.
Ant-Man is opening up on the weekend.
Oh yeah, I know that now.
You're going to be going to this
you
one.
Trust me.
And there's also that family matinee. Scoob is back on the weekend. So if you want tickets for that, we've got two coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you both. We're going to thank our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
We'll be. Now let's keep those 2023 resolutions intact at Planet Fitness. How's the motivation going? Do you need some motivation? Let's get you started today. $29 down and only $15 a month. And the best part is you can cancel at any time. Call today, 705-242-7360. Download the free Planet Fitness app and let's join today. And DAP Cleaning Solutions, residential commercial cleaning excellence guaranteed. Cleaning service, carpet cleaner, janitorial service, stripping and waxing floors, windows, any job that you need cleaned or sanitized. Call Andrew N today. In fact, book now for your carpet cleaning, strip and wax jobs for your commercial unit. Call for your free quote, 705-465-3500. And Creative Boutique and Supplies had some great Valentine's Day fun. Now moving over to spring. Check out and shop their spring collection with Mona Gauthier at Creative Boutique and Supplies. Call today, 705-372-8190. And you can also shop their collection on Facebook. And Dare Timmins getting set for anti-bullying and a story reading presentation and presentations at the Timmins Public Library in both English and in French. The English version is happening at 6 o'clock next Wednesday, the 22nd, for Pink Shirt Day. Do we have a French banner? There we go. In Francais, what is that time there? 18h30. For Pink Shirt Day, we'll see you there. And V&M Renovations, free estimates. Drop in today with Max and Justin, drywall, plastering, reno jobs that you need done, a kitchen, a bathroom reno. How about a bedroom reno? Maybe you need some mini excavating done when the snow starts to melt. Call today, free estimates, 705-372-3832 for V&M Renovations. And the Business Improvement Association, otherwise known as the BIA, check them out online at downtowntimmins.com. You can check them out in their new location, Their new digs at 85 Pine Street South, Suite 108. You can also call 705-264-8733 to keep in tune and in touch with what's happening in the downtown BIA. And congratulations to Jenny Smith Friesen. Jenny Smith is our grand prize winner from Frank Rubino at Rubino's Petro Can for the free tank of gas up to $200. We'll be joining Jenny for her fill-up at Rubino's Petro Can soon, so be watching our KINZ and KLOMP Facebook page for that amazing fill-up. And jackpot time, gaming entertainment. You can join Trudy Prue for some bingo. Vegas-style games. They're now fully licensed for you at 251 First Avenue, and they're open Monday through Sunday, 9 a.m. to 2 a.m. for your Tactics gaming room pleasure. You can also check out their progressive jackpots. And the $3 family matinees are back and running to a close. This is the final matinee this weekend. $3 at Imagine Cinemas. You can check out Scoob running this weekend. Get your tickets and showtimes at imaginecinemas.com. And is it time to buy or sell? Claim Post Realty Limited Brokerage. They want you to put your selling capabilities into the capable hands of this guy, Albert Seal, sales representative with Claim Post Realty Limited Brokerage. Look at Albert's latest listings at albertseal.com. You can also call to book an appointment, 705-465-3493, and have Albert seal your deal. And let's get your little ones signed up for kindergarten. The month of February is kindergarten registration month with the Northeastern Catholic District School Board. Their schools offer a faith-based and fun-filled program in a small school environment. Check them out online at ncdsb.on.ca or call the school today to book a tour. And who will the Bonhomme Carnival be? Will it be Pierre? Will it be Sylvie? Will it be Ernest? Well, we're going to find out with the big reveal coming up on the 25th. And go to their Facebook page at Larone Timmins and your chance to, well, place your bid. Who do you think will be the Bonhomme Carnival? And shop local with these guys and gals. Pick of the crop. This is your chance to save a lot of money on these meat bundles. 2 pounds of sausage this week, 2 pounds of lean ground beef, 2 pounds of boneless breast, 2 pounds of pork tenderloin, 2 pounds beef stir-fry strips, only $59.99. That's what it pays to shop local. You're going to save big time with pick of the crop with these meat bundles.
All right, Kinsman, we're
Here
back.
we are.
Were you working on your alphabet novel?
The alphabet novel, yes. Can you imagine? I've got 26 pages for this new novel.
Can you? Some people
The
can
alphabet.
Some people can say the alphabet backwards.
Well,
Can you? I can't.
I can't say the backwards, no.
ZY.
Yeah, that's at the sobriety line. The test here. Here, go backwards from Z to A. You know, just cuff me.
I met a person who can do it. We look weird right now. There's so much distance.
Is there?
Valentine's, we were so close, and now there's so much distance between us.
It's only one day a year for caring. That's
Yeah,
right.
only one day a year.
364 days of being miserable again, right?
Okay, so yes, we're giving away movie passes.
Yeah.
Ant-Man, if you're a geek like me, I am super excited. Ant-Man, it's the beginning of Stage 5 of Marvel. This movie is going to be tremendous. And actually, it opens tomorrow, but our friends at Imagine Cinema 6, like they always do with big movies,
It's already
tonight.
opening tonight.
Oh, I love them over there.
And Man Called Otto is still there. That one picking up all the money.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks, if you're a big fan of Tom Hanks, this is
But Ant-Man's
a
where
very
it's
good
at,
one.
pal.
Yeah.
Okay,
Ant-Man, and don't forget Scoob. Scoob, one of their family matinees, they're wrapping up February. I think they love, people were saying the family matinees are so cool and popular that they may bring it into March and April. We might see more family matinees because a lot of families like to take advantage of that.
they're $3,
matinee.
right?
$3. And again, Scoob is on this weekend. And if you want to get your tickets, showtimes, you can buy them online at imaginecinemas.com.
All right, pal.
Yeah.
We'll get Aiden to pull up the Wheel of Winning.
The Wheel
If
of
you
Winning.
commented-
Who is going to win?
Yeah, you can click on that. Yeah. So if you've commented on the show tonight, you're
You have a chance to
automatically
win.
entered in the Wheel of Winning.
You're going to be officially entered. And
What a
again,
lot of
we'll
fun
get in
that
touch
wheel
with you.
is.
Yeah, the winner with Colin and his crew at Imagine Cinemas.
And maybe we'll see an Ant-Man this weekend if you win.
gonna be
Look at
popular.
Kinsman.
You can be sitting with.
You have to move your head over because the shrunken camera. You got to do what I do.
There I am.
There you are. All right, Aiden, roll
Look at this.
the wheel of winning.
My head is over
There we
here.
go. One night I'm going to challenge you to say all the names as they're going through that full
Yeah,
thing.
there's Chad. There's Chad.
See how fast you can do
Sean,
it.
Robin. Joanne Savard.
Joanne Savard.
There she is.
Joanne Savard takes the win. We can
She takes the cake.
we can
There
remove
go.
that
There
screen
we
now,
go.
Mr. Aiden.
Yeah,
The wheel of
there's only
winning.
half
There you
of it.
are.
There we go.
Kinsman don't
So
have to-
Joanne Savard, and again, if you frequent the McIntyre Arena, you'll see Joanne always there, part of the McIntyre catering. And didn't she win movie passes one time? She said she was busy. Well,
She's a winner for us, pal.
the Rock are actually on the road Saturday in Powassan, back at the Mac Monday, so she might actually use these tickets this weekend.
Let's see some of those comments, Aiden. Aiden's back on the board tonight.
Yeah, we've got your son. We haven't
his
seen
dad
him in a
made him
month.
come to work tonight.
Yeah, you forced him.
I
That's
forced
it.
them. Sometimes you have to
Dude,
use
you
your
come
dad.
into work tonight or no Wi-Fi for the weekend?
Well, he gets to take my computer for the weekend, so
Okay.
I did bribe him.
So there is a bit of bribery
Um,
involved. Hey,
Sean says, hey,
Okay.
if I had to write a book, it would be my autobiography on my life entitled of a Special Olympian. I think that'd be awesome, by the way.
that would be an awesome novel. I'm looking at Sean's thumbnail. If you can see his profile pic, I noticed this today. He's sporting his brand new KINZ and KLOMP T-shirt and his hat.
Yeah, he looks good.
Yes.
I'm biased.
You know, we're a little
but he
bit
looks
biased
good.
on that profile pic, but a very awesome pic there, Sean. So thanks so much
Yeah,
for
we
tuning
appreciate
in.
it. And everyone who purchased T-shirts or
Yes.
hats or hoodies, love them all.
And
there, Kinsman.
showcasing our merch. It's we do feel the love. And if you do have pics, send them in to us. We'll throw them into the midday blast, which we like to do.
All right, pal. Anything else to chat about?
I don't
Your
think so.
voice is feeling. a
Yeah,
little bit better?
It's so funny. People saying, "How was I feeling?" I was feeling fine. It's just my voice decided to disappear from Valentine's. We weren't yelling at each other on
Wow.
Valentine's.
No one thought you were yelling.
No, we're not.
That
yelling.
wasn't what we were
No,
guessing.
that's
You
it.
know that,
Well,
right?
the voice is back.
Yeah.
I've got the highs and the lows.
No one was
not
guessing
squeaking
yelling.
through. It was funny trying to do an order through the Tim Hortons drive-through yesterday, and she couldn't understand my order. I was like squeaky. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I just went up with a piece of paper. I'm like, this is what I want.
Is that what you really did? What a guy. What a guy.
But the voice is back,
That's right.
and
pal.
we're going to be back tomorrow.
Hey,
We've got the best of
I
on
have
Friday.
a question.
What's that?
So we heard this morning a story about a small aircraft that went down, very serious, and then
It turns out
so
that
what's the
it
sto-
didn't.
we can't. It hasn't been found. So
Well, it
is
hasn't been found. Is there any truth to this story? I know Noel Belair, who
Yeah.
watches our show, he's got a brand new page, by the way, the Flying Chef.
Yeah.
But he was trying to ask us if we knew. I didn't know. We asked him
No.
because he's a pilot, and
Yeah.
I guess it turns out they called off this search. Is it because there was no recollection of anything happening? Hopefully nothing was in distress or no one was in distress. But you hate to hear that because there's not too many areas if you are in distress to land an airplane with a wooded area, heavily wooded, especially being in northern
So
Ontario.
you got no information for me? then?
No, yeah, well,
Only what
I
read
could
off
have
of
just said
Facebook.
no.
Thanks for nothing, kid.
But
I
anyhow,
thought you were going to give me a late breaking news.
no late breaking news because they,
Oh, I
they
hope-
said they called it off. So
Well.
why did they call it off? Anybody know?
All right, then, Kinsman, that's how we wrap up a Thursday
A Thursday
here,
night,
here
yes.
on the show.
Yeah, the best of tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Of course, Liselle Sambury, her the book launch of Delicious Monsters on Saturday at 2. So go to the Timmins Public Library for that. We want to also mention Family Day on Monday. There's a rock game. 3 o'clock, they're going to take on the Hearst
Do you have
Lumberjacks.
time to do that game?
I will have time to do that game and still make it back for the Monday night show.
No break for you, Kinsman.
No break for me.
I like to see you work.
Yeah,
for
well,
once.
they were kind of concerned. They're like, are you
Yeah.
going to be able to voice the game on Monday? They heard the voice last
Yeah.
night. Geez, they need the pipes. But I'm back. So, yeah, PA job on Monday.
I picture you with lemon drops and hot tea. and the
No,
whole
no, I didn't. No, I just
Nothing? Not
I was
even
wearing
all?
a scarf like when Robert Laidlaw was in here. He was wearing the scarf to all singers protect their throat. I nursed the throat last night, and that was it.
Okay. Well, next time, don't get so wild and yell at Boston Pizza. then.
Well, again, hey,
You've
you know,
learned your
it's
lesson.
my first
You
Valentine's
crazy
in what 3
teenager.
years there.
You
So
crazy, you got
that's
too
it.
excited, eh?
My voice box got so excited.
I have a sweetheart. I heard you yelled that out. You have a sweetheart. And everyone there had a sweetheart. They're at their Valentine's Day meal. And one guy yelled he had 3. That's what I heard.
Who's that?
Well, I don't know who it is.
Some guy, what, at Boston Pizza?
Yeah, he had 3 sweethearts.
He had 3 sweethearts.
He's a wild man, this fellow.
He's, what is he, from Utah?
He's showing off. He's showing off. All right,
right.
Aiden, let's close
Ready
it out.
to go.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Te besaré la frente en cada amanecer. El día de repente se vuelve a atardecer. Te bañará la espuma bailando en su baile. Y cuando el sol se oculte, te volveré a querer. Suéltame cuando estés sola, piénsame. Donde quieras estaré. Te daré un mar de estrellas que alumbre tu belleza. Suéltame. Te bañará la espuma bailando en su baile. Y cuando el sol se oculte, te volveré a querer.